Hi there, Trisha here. I just wanted to go over the two trades that I took today. I used two setups, one off a longer tick chart and one off a smaller tick chart for scalps, but I require all my indicators and 3 charts for confirmation before taking an entry. You can go to www.easyminitrade.com and check those out. The first trade that I took today was just about 10:20, and we have a scalp trade setting up on our smaller tick chart. So I wanted to enter in over this bar or at this bar, and I actually got filled on this bar at 899.50 with a market order. Now the indicator was actually in just coming into overbought territory, and I took it anyway because it was just coming into overbought territory. Even though we don't have divergence, I decided to take it anyway. So got in at 899.50 and used my trail stop method, and this was the trail stop on this bar here, and got stopped out over here at 900, and that was a gain of a half. Now if you were scaling out using more than one contract, you would have got your +2. You wouldn't have got your +4, but you would have definitely got your +2. So at least on 2/3 of your contracts and trail stopped out with a half on that final third if you're trading in thirds. If you're only trading one contract using the trail stop method, then you would have got stopped out with, like I said, half a point gain. This I wanted to show you. This is the smaller minute chart. There was a long scalp trade setting up on the smaller tick chart, but I did not take it because our trending indicator is well below that 20 mark, so I pass. This I wanted to show you because this was a short setup that was occurring at just a little after 1 o'clock. Scalp trade was setting up here. Indicator was in divergence, but looking at our other charts, our smaller minute chart, we were not in a downtrend. We were not below the 50% mark. Now, you don't have to know much about Fibonacci retracement lines. You can just determine for yourself. Look where the high is to that point and the low is to that point, and if price has not retraced down below the halfway mark, then you're not in a downtrend. Pretty simple. Some people will still take a trade. I choose not to. So obviously it could have worked if you ignored the smaller minute chart. This is a trade that I took at almost 2 o'clock. It was at 1:51, and we have our scalp setup occurring, and we have divergence on our indicator. So I wanted to get under this bar somewhere. I got filled over here at 893.75, and I used my pivot for my stops. So this was a pivot here, obviously. This was a pivot. So this was my pivot here. I got stopped out at 893.25. Now, unfortunately, I got stopped out over here, but this was the pivot that I used. So I got stopped out over here, and then unfortunately this went on to just drop. And so unfortunately, if I wasn't stopped out, this went on. I think the next pivot that it actually would have taken out was at 879. So could have gone on to be a huge winner, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. You get stopped out just to see the trade go on to be a huge gainer. So nothing you can do about that. You just move on, and you can't dwell on it. So if you were trading one contract, you would have got trail stopped out with a gain of a half, and if you were trading in increments, you would have got your +2, +4, and trailed out on that final third for a gain of a half. So again, just depends on how many contracts you're trading and how you're choosing to exit. But yeah, that went on to be a huge winner, unfortunately, but nothing you can do about it. So anyway, those are the two trades that I took today. Not a great day, but still not a losing day. So I had a gain of 1 point with both of those being scalp trades. So if you want to check out the indicators and so forth, you can go to www.easyminitrade.com.